Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Tavian Sanitarium Long from D-GU.com, bringing you guys an in-depth look at Gears of War 3 Beta for the Xbox 360. Now, we're going to just go ahead and take a look at this during this episode of Play-by-Play. This is the second episode. Now, what this show basically does for our viewers and readers out there is basically give you a look. If you haven't got to experience a game and you want to know, all the ins and outs and what's going on, and if you either should download it or should check it out or even, pay it any mind, we pretty much give you that idea of what's going on and what you're missing and what you're not missing. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys what's going on. In the Gears of War 3 beta, this is your main screen. Of course, I'm playing the Bulletstorm edition. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into the beta. Now, a few things that I have take notes on. First beginnings of the game. Now, of course, you're going to see that the main menu is a little bit simple. It's a simple-based main menu. You have your versus, your stats and awards, your event calendar. Now, for your versus, of course, you have Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill, Capture the Leader, and of course, you can play both public and ranked matches. Stats and awards, of course, you can actually check the stats of your game. Now, I've been playing the beta for the 4th week. It ends May 15th, and you guys can see my score right there. Now, I've been really getting into it hardcore, especially today. As a matter of fact, I've been playing a lot of Capture the Leader, which is one of my favorite modes from the Gears of War series. You can also check out your event calendar, what's going on, and what has come and what has gone. As you guys can see, there's no more upcoming events because the beta does end, like I said, May 15th. Now, some of the things that I wanted to make note on and let you guys know is that there is a slight issue with the matchmaking in the beta. It takes a second. I mean, of course, some of the the small things that we have noticed from the previous series titles hasn't been fixed. I mean, of course, this is a beta, but this is close to being a retail copy beta. So let's go ahead and get into the Capture the Leader public matches, and should be playing with Baird, I presume. If I go to my multiplayer by pressing start. There you go. You can see my default character, which is Damon Baird and Savage Theron. Okay, and then I'm playing with the Lancer and the Sawed-Off, which doesn't have that much range, of course, but it does have a lot of damage. So if you running up against a guy, running towards a guy, boom, pull off a shot, you should be set. Let's go ahead and get into the match here right quick. Now, there's, of course, there's ranking, just like you would be playing with a regular match. I mean, they've done a great job of implementing a lot of cool things, being able to play with your friends and stuff like that in the beta, being able to experience those things. Weapon unlocks, skin unlocks, a lot of things that you can use towards the retail copy of the game, so that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good for beta. Character unlocks, like I said before, I unlocked Damon Baird. I've unlocked Coltrane, even in his football sense, of course, there's no spoilers. You guys are going to hear this, tons of times and blah, blah, blah. But, there's a lot of things that you can unlock in the game, so be sure to check it out. And it's a pretty good beta. Now, some people are going to ask me, what are some of the issues that I have seen that's more serious? Some things that I really wanted to be put out of the beta, they're still there, like the host advantage, that's still there. The P2P versus dedicated servers, that's an issue that I've ran into a couple of times I'm not too excited about. Now, what I mean by the P2P versus dedicated, there are still partial servers on the Gears of War 3 beta, and still partial servers on the Gears of War 3 game. Now, if this does happen in the retail copy, then you guys do know it is there. It does exist. Sometimes you play dedicated, and then sometimes you play P2P, so it pretty much varies between matches and how many players are online and stuff like that. I mean, during the weekends of the beta period, I've actually experienced more P2P servers than dedicated. In the wee mornings, like around maybe 3, 4 in the morning, until like there's an update, that's when you're usually playing dedicated. Around 6 and 7 in the morning, you're playing dedicated, and then after that, especially when kids get out of school and stuff like that, then that's usually when you have an issue. Now, right here, I'm trying to figure this out. I see that we have one cog, but at the top it says 0, and then it says that there's 9 locusts that still exist, so I'm thinking that there's a glitch, possibly. that's not a that's not a good look for an actual video of a play-by-play video, but that's what's happening right now, you guys. So there are still some errors. Okay, so we have a game host disconnect. You will experience that as well. You know, so that's still in the game as well. It does take a few seconds to, you know, push back in the match when you're playing. So, you know, when there's a drop match, it does go back to that. As you can see here, we're playing Thrash Ball. Now, for the maps, there's Thrash Ball, which is like a football playing court that you can interact with. As you guys know, I'm sure you've checked it out before, different videos and different websites, all the cool places you can go into Thrash Ball. You can go into the custodian stand, you know, where you can actually, you know, go up there and buy things and stuff like that. And I mean, of course, not buy things, but if you were at a football, you know, a stadium, those are things that were represented. Then you have Checkout, which is a really good map. And then you have Old Town, and you have Trenches, which a lot of my friends like, but I'm kind of weary on Trenches. I'm not really a big fan of Trenches. As you guys can see here, what I have in my inventory, I have a smoke grenade, sawed off, I have a lancer, and etc. I'm going to go ahead and pull one off with the sawed off. Now, a lot of guys use the sawed off. A lot of people complain about the sawed off. They say it's a quick way to get a kill. I believe it's a sure way to get a kill. But I mean, sometimes you have you pretty much have like a 70% chance of really getting a kill off. I mean, it, you know, doesn't have any range or anything like that. And then you have the Gnasher or the Ganache, which is actually changed from the Shotty, the original shotgun that was in the game. They changed the name, so you know. So those are some differences. Now, of course, today Cliff Belinsky also made a note that he has done some, you know, changes with the game's gun mechanics. So I mean, you should see some differences if you are playing the beta. If you haven't got a chance to play it, there should be some differences, some you know, tweaks that he has noted. So that's a good thing. You know, I'm glad that they are paying attention. And also, you can check out the forums. The forums also has some pretty good information there that answers your questions as well. The Gears 3 official forums at Epic Games, so be sure to check that out. You can just notice just a slight amount of bugs. I mean, you know, I'm having fun with it. You know, I've been having fun with it. Like I said, this is one of my favorite modes, which is Capture the Leader. The game is visually a lot better than what it was in Gears of War 2. Gears of War 1, I have to say the Unreal Engine 3 has done a great deal. And this just as a beta, this is pretty good for an Xbox 360 title, to be 100% honest. It is visually stunning. It really is. It really competes right now with a lot of the you know, the titles that's out. It really runs. So I mean, this is some pretty good graphics right here. It gives you that awe effect. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now, as I was saying about the some of the balancing issues that you will experience with the slight host advantage. Yes, it still exists. I know a lot of people are like, wow, I can't believe it still exists, but it does. I don't want it to exist, but it does exist. So that's one of the problems I would say. Nobody wants host advantage, but it does exist, people. I'm sorry. When you do have the host, it does seem like it actually gives the whole team, you know, some kind of a boost. I'm not really sure if that's 100% positive. No one has verified that on me, but it just seems like that. I mean, maybe it's because I suck, but you know, it really depends, you know, on the person and who's playing. But I have heard a lot of my friends who've been playing this game with me, alongside of me, have been saying that there's a definite host advantage. I've been getting off, you know, shots left and right, and there's been some issues where the shots just did not connect. So, I mean, maybe that's just the beta, but it is a lot better than playing Gears of War 2. I will give that much. The lag, it's by far the best out of the three, or should I say the best, yeah. So definitely get excited for the Gears of War 3. I mean, I'm really excited for the campaign myself. I want to finish the story, of course. You know, I've read some of the books. So I really want to, you know, check it out myself. But I'm excited for the campaign. I will be excited to play the multiplayer with my friends, of course. You know, like I said, we'll be running the extra multiplayer co-ops on the day of release. So we're getting excited for that. But so far, this is how the game looks. I mean, I would like to take it deeper into like team deathmatch and stuff like that, but I think we can just share for now that it does look good, it runs good, feels good, and it's a lot better than what it used to be. So if you are looking for it, and if you are excited to play Gears of War 3, then definitely get excited for this game, because it's a lot better. I mean, I used to suck at Gears of War. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I used to suck at this game. They've made it a lot easier for for newbies to get connects. I mean, of course, it's not a newbie game. Of course, you just can't be a newbie just running in getting kills. So there is still skill behind it. Do you use strategic gameplay, tactics 24/7? No, not everybody does. I mean, when you play multiplayer, you're going to get 99% of the time randoms, and 99% of the time they're all wanting to be Rambos, so don't expect to get an even gameplay where you can actually call the shots and actually have your team want to run with you. That's some of the problems if you're not using communication. And another good note that I wanted to say, during the Gears of War 3 beta, if you guys haven't experienced it yet, there has been some issues with the communication that I have noticed. When you're playing the game and you jump into the party, or let me not say the party, when you actually jump into the matches and you want to talk and communicate with your squad, you do have issues communicating with them. 1 second you hear them, 1 second you don't. So those were some of the issues that I have noticed. And not a lot of people were playing with mics too, but seemingly I have played with a whole crew, some of the Degu crew actually, which filled up the room, and we still didn't get any communication going on. So that is an issue. That is 100% an issue. But hopefully, Epic fixes that. They are listening to a lot of, you guys' wishes. So be sure to fill up their forms and let them know, But I am very proud to say it's a lot better than it used to be, And I'm being 100% honest. I'm excited to play the game myself. I will be going out and openly purchasing the actual Legendary Edition. So, you know what? You guys can also check us out at d-du.com. You can also listen to our Xbox exclusive podcast, which is the Thumbstick Warriors podcast, which is also hosted here at d-du.com, and we give you guys pretty much an inside look on pretty much anything and everything. And also, be sure to check out Play-by-Play. Now, Play-by-Play will be done pretty much anytime a new game comes out via PlayStation Network, Xbox 360, PC, and of course we're going to get into Wii. But this is a new show. We're just starting out. So we're just also looking for people who want to get into play-by-play as well. So if you do have video editing skills, you do have knowledge of making video type-based, montages and things like that, like this, then hit us up. You can contact us at d-du.com, and, we will definitely hit you back. All right, thanks, guys.